This is the new work by Julia Lohmann and her partner Gallery Grundmanns. The exhibition's called Tidal Ossuary because the works, found animal bones, were collected from the shores of London's River Thames. And we've had a few of them dated, and they're between about 60 and 150 years old. So they've been washing up and down the waterways for quite some time. We think they're mainly sheep. We can't always tell. And I think that they might be quite local to London because where Julia found them is very close to London's meat market. And there's been a meat market on that same site for over 400 years. So it makes for a nice story, but we really can't verify exactly where they've come from. But what Julia did, I mean, having been amazed by the quantity of bones that she was finding, she's decided to collect them all and wanted to do something with them. So in the lead up to this opportunity to show in Design Miami as part of On Site, we decided that we'd treat the bones and turn them into functional vessels. And it's a lovely story because if you think the bones had been discarded, they'd been thrown away, thought that there was no value, no worth, no nutrition left in them, Julia has brought them back to life again. They're sort of being rejuvenated or reborn as working, functioning objects. Some of them are vases, some could be a salt cellar, others could just be purely sculptural installation pieces, but they're all very intimate. And it's one of the first times that Julia's worked on such a small scale. And I think it's been really successful because there's the obvious parallel between her cow benches and her ruminant blooms and all the other objects that she's made that have been as a result of her comment on the overuse or the byproduct of the meat industry or the animal industry. So this is sort of a very nice, eloquent continuation of that narrative in her work. The pieces, the bones themselves, because they'd been in the water for so long, had already started to petrify. So the water had done a lot of the work for us in cleaning them up or solidifying them. But Julia has sanded, polished, and then waxed all of the bones, lined them with a resin so that they're able to hold water if that's what they're wanting to be used for. But then in some of them she's lacquered them to be able to give this beautiful tonality and textural quality to them, or she's lined them with sterling silver to create vessels in bones that were hollow. And others she's used, which is very typically of Julia to be so specific and perfectionist with her details. She's used surgical suture screws and pins of the sort that a doctor would use to pin your arm back together again had you broken it, to create little stands for flowers to rest in. So it's a wonderful collection. It's an open series of works because they're all unique, and we're delighted to be presenting them here for the first time in Design Miami.